bring order back to men's lives.
Welcome to my what's going on. Tonight we want to talk about what are the 7 Noahide laws, and did President Trump, January 20th of 2025, sign some kind of executive order or something into effect, into law, regarding the 7 Noahide laws? That's the subject of this video tonight, and let's start off with finding out what they are. The 7 Noahide laws, according to Jewish tradition, are a set of universal moral commandments given by God to Noah, binding on all humanity. These laws include prohibition against idolatry, blasphemy, murder, theft, sexual immorality, including adultery, incest, eating flesh torn from a living animal, as well as positive commandment to establish courts of justice to uphold these laws and ensure social order. So regarding Donald Trump, there's no clear evidence that he signed or enacted a Noahide law into U.S. Law. While some sources claim he supported or promoted these laws during his presidency, such assumptions are not a fair view of official legislation or executive action. So, like, no executive orders that were signed into, even though I've viewed some YouTube videos. That's why I asked that question. The idea that U.S. presidents have enacted Noahide laws is a misinterpretation. However, past proclamations, such as Education and Sharing Day, have acknowledged the moral contributions of figures like Rabbi. His first name spelled M-E-N-A-C-H-E-M. His last name is spelled S-C-H-N-E-E-R-S-O-N, who promoted the Noahide laws without establishing them as legal statutes. These proclamations are ceremonial and do not confer legal status to the laws. And I think, okay, as we look into this a little further, let me read this. The 7 Noahide laws are fundamental moral commandments for Jewish traditional life, the worship of God, property, family, etc. But Donald Trump did not sign them into federal law. He issued an executive order in late 2020. So the year 2020, before his first presidency was up, recognizes the importance of fighting anti-Semitism by referring the Noahide laws, particularly concerning anti-Jewish hatred on campuses, which was part of a broader anti-hate effort, not establishing them as U.S. law for everyone. So let's go on here. What are the 7 Noahide laws? These universal ethical principles revealed to Noah, binding on all humanity, Gentiles and Judaism, not just Jews, include prohibitions against worship of false gods, blasphemy, cursing God, murder, taking a human life, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, taking property unlawfully, eating a limb from a living animal, cruelty to animals, and something positive here, establishing courts of justice upholding law and order. Did Donald Trump sign them? No, not into law. He didn't enact them as binding U.S. laws for all citizens. So, what executive order was this particular YouTuber, the video I watched, talking about? It deals with Executive Order 13959 in the year 2020. Trump signed an EO titled Combating Anti-Semitism, which, while focusing on combating any Jewish hatred, especially or specifically referring to the Noahide laws as a historic basis for universal morality, encouraging the DOJ to enforce existing civil rights laws against anti-Semitism. The context: this was a symbolic recognition and anti-hate measure, not a religious imposition or the creation of a theocratic legal system. In essence, Trump acknowledged them as a fundamental moral concepts, but they remain part of religious tradition, not American federal law. So one more time before I wrap this up, it was Executive Order 13959 in the year 2020, and Trump signed an EO, which is short for Executive Order, titled Combating Anti-Semitism. So I think that's fair to say. The intention, right, from the Jewish or Judaism as a whole is trying to encourage all humanity to live within certain laws, right? The Ten Commandments, the seven Noahide laws, the Golden Rule, love your neighbor as yourself, love your God with all your heart, mind, and body, and and so on, and love your neighbor as yourself. It's important to follow these laws, but it's not federal law. It's not executive. Well, it is executive order, but it's not binding executive order in the traditional sense of some executive orders are. I think if certain executive orders are on the books for so many days, I don't know if it's 180 days or whatever, it has a potential to be enacted as law, I guess. There's a lot of, I don't know if it's just law or if it's more like regulatory within the executive branch. And as always, you can always contest it through the bringing a lawsuit against the said part of government that you are in disagreement with through the judicial system or the court system. You might not have standing, but you might have to find someone that does have standing in that particular court to bring your cause. Yeah, so if you like this video, like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. And as always, let's do our best to be neighborly, loving God with all our heart, soul, and mind, and our neighbors as ourselves. And I don't think the Ten Commandments would be hard to follow, or the seven Noahide laws. Much of this stuff right here is within the Ten Commandments, except number 7, establishing courts of justice, which, why not? It's a real good way of working together with our neighbor. So, like and subscribe. Check us out on Mademanministries YouTube channel. Check us out on our website, Mademanministries.com. We're looking to hit 1.5 page views this year, which is huge. I think last year we did 1.1, almost 1.2. Year before, I think we did 800,000, and so on. And if you'd like to donate to us, go to buymeacoffee.com /Mademanministry, and we will be glad to take your donation from anywhere 5, 10, 20, 50, or $100, and only donate if you believe that this was a benefit to your overall spiritual journey and growth, and reassuring that God the Father is the true God, and as always, thanks again.